Hi everyone. Thanks so much for your help with all of the reviews this week. I really appreciate it. As you can imagine, with thousands of drafts, it's only going to make my life a little bit easier come the end of September when we have to do the final round of reviews. So I really do appreciate it. Right now there's about 19 of us doing reviews, and we have close to 200 applications, meaning that you shouldn't have more than 8 to 10 applications to review, which shouldn't take you very long at all. But if for some reason you can't finish them or you have any questions, let me know and I can reassign them or figure out a different way to do this. So thanks again. So if you've never done a review before, we do it through our system WiseHive, which is how we have been collecting all of the applications. It's super simple. If you already have an account on WiseHive, you'll just need to use your previous username, which typically is your YSA email without the @ysa.org. So first initial of your first name, followed by your last name. And then your password is whatever you either have changed it to or you were given last time. I don't have access to those passwords if you've already been using WiseHive before. So if you're not sure of what it is, you can always click the Forgot Your Password button, and hopefully you'll get an automated reply from WiseHive asking you to change it or figure that out somehow. For those of you who are new to the system or haven't done a review before, so that's mostly the interns as well as Victoria, I think that should be it, but I have created an account already for you. So same situation, your username is going to be your YSA email, and the password, which I'll send to you as well in an email, is YSA review. YSA and the R are all uppercase, and the EView of review is lowercase. So if you have any questions about that or if it's not working, just let me know. So how do you do a review? So I will send you the direct link to this login page, so you don't need to sort of fumble around and try and figure out where it is. And when you get here, you'll just need to use your username and password as I just explained to you, and hit the login button. Fairly simple. So when you log in, you'll see a bunch more than just the one I have here, but for the purposes of just explaining this to you, I'm only going to go through one of them. But you will see a page that has multiple of these with the green review buttons next to them, sort of a list down here, and it will have the name of the organization that the youth is working with. So you'll be able to see that. So in order to start a review, you just click on the green review button to the left. And this will bring up the application. Some of you might see some of the project leader information, such as like name and contact info. Some of you might just see the age. So depending on sort of what level of administrator you are in WiseHive, it varies. So don't freak out if you're missing some information. Definitely not the end of the world. We're not judging them based on their names anyway, so doesn't matter. So here you'll see at the top, you'll see 3 different tabs. There's the application tab, there's a photo tab, and there's the budget tab. And I'm going to ask you to go through all of these today. So you'll be able to read through their applications, see if they've applied before, if they've received a grant before. This applicant obviously has not. Some of them may. This is not the strongest application just by glancing at it now, but again, that's why we'll give you a review sheet so that you can come to that conclusion on your own if you've never done a review. So you'll read through all of the questions, you know, see what they have to say, if it's, you know, applicable, if it's a good application, if it deals with, you know, creating healthier, stronger communities, healthier, stronger, and greener, excuse me, which is a big Disney platform. And I'll explain this to you in an email as well. But so you'll go through that, and then you'll see that the grant application is for $500. And so we've asked everyone to submit a budget. So if you scroll to the top, you can click on the budget tab and see what they have submitted for their budget. We gave them a template that had a sample one at the top and then their budget on the bottom. Just make sure you're looking at the right one, because obviously I did the one at the top and it's flawless, so no need to judge that one, but the one down here at the bottom is the one you'll need to look at. So this person obviously is getting t-shirts, water bottles, a tent, walkie-talkies, megaphones, etc. If you go back to the application tab and you scroll back down to the budget section, you'll see things that we do and do not fund. So make sure that you're paying attention to that as well. For example, if this person had spent more than $200 on t-shirts, he only spent $100, but if he had spent more than that, that would not be allowed. So things like that you just kind of need to look out for. The other piece at the top is when we ask them in their application to share something creative, that could be a photo, it could be a poem, it could be, kind of whatever they wanted to just show their creativity. And so if you click on the Upload Your Photo tab, you'll see what this person created, which is pretty cool. So typically, we don't judge super hard on that. Creativity is kind of open to everyone's interpretation, but it's nice to see kind of what they use to show their creativity, and we typically use it later on down the road for social media posts and things like that. So, but check it out. It's really cool. So then if you scroll to the bottom, you'll see, I need to change the date on this, so note to self, you will see the scoring rubric. And so this is where you go through and decide sort of how many points you want to give based on each of these questions and issues in their application. Totally up to you, sort of your judgment of the application. Some of them are more specific. For example, number of volunteers, that's obviously you're going to give it a grade based on the number of volunteers they suggest, versus inspiration, kind of open to interpretation on that one, but it is important to make sure you're giving them the correct score. And don't feel bad if you're giving them a bad score. The first time I did this, I felt horrible that I was, giving scores from 0 to 3 points or whatever, but, this is how we figure out our slate of grantees. So definitely don't feel bad about it. They'll never know that you gave them a bad score, so not to worry. And if you scroll down, sort of the most important piece of this is the end of it. So are the budget expenses allowable? Yes or no. For example, if they put $200 or $200, $300 on their t-shirts, you would say no, because we obviously don't support that. Next question, do you think it's an excellent project? That can be yes or no. That won't determine whether or not we select them. So be honest with this. And then my most useful piece of this is your comments. So, if you said, yeah, it's an excellent project, tell me why. If you said, no, it's not an excellent project, I want to know why. What concerns do you have? Things like that. So please put that in here. And then finally, do you recommend this project for funding? Yes or no. Again, doesn't determine whether or not we select them. It's based on sort of all of these things combined. So don't feel bad if you say no. Definitely not a bad thing. So once you do that, you'll hit the green submit button, and you can either, there will be a button up here that says like next, or you can just go return to listing, and it'll bring you straight back to your list of applications. And when you're done with these, this green review button will turn red, and it will say complete or done, or I forget the exact phrasing, but something along those lines, so you'll know how many you've done and how many you have left to complete. So you have until the end of next week, which is August 5th. If you could please complete them, I would super duper appreciate it. And let me know if you guys have any questions. Thanks so much.